20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay. Rep your city. Let me see the mic. Rep your city. Give me the mic. Rep your city. I got you. Rep your city. I'm gonna tell you about mine. Rep your city.
It's time for us to go live, so rep your city. I really would appreciate if y'all roll with me. Feeling this music cause it makes me wanna step. And if you don't want it to, then you lying to yourself. Cause every time we party, we gon' have fun. I don't know about you, but I'ma rep where I'm from.
Rep your city. Okay. Rep your city. Let me see the mic. Rep your city. Give me the mic. Rep your city.
Welcome to the RYC Live show this evening. I am Artistic, your host for tonight, and this is Rep Your City RYC Live Fresh Fridays. So how is everyone doing? This is Fresh Friday. Man, it's great to be alive. You know, we made it to see another day. And as usual, we're here repping our city, broadcasting live here in Chicago. So how's everyone doing? What's going on? What's happening out there in the world today? Man, what could I say? I just want to let everyone know before we get into the show, we do apologize for our special guest that was supposed to be with us tonight, Brother Vakil. Unfortunately, he will not be able to be with us tonight. So I do apologize, and we do apologize from the team. Peace out to the team. Man, I was trying to figure out what we were going to do tonight, and I still trying to figure out what are we going to do tonight. What? Wait a minute. Hold on. Is this Mr. RYC Live himself?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's the word? How you feeling, man?
Yes, sir. Wow. What's
happening, my brother? It's the one and only Mr. RYC Live tuning in on my brother, man. I've been so busy, man, just here and there and local to global, man, and getting ready to release the Shy Ill Cypher video part 3, man. It's just, I'm all over the place, man. But I had to take a moment, man, to come in and tune in to the show. And I'm really not too happy that we don't have Vakil on the show. I was looking forward and listening forward to seeing and hearing my brother on the show. So it's so unfortunate that we're not going to have him on tonight. So I'm here.
Yeah. That's what's up. Hey, man. Look what I'm rocking today.
Yes, sir. There you have it. And we got to go ahead and promote that day that Chicago Ill Cypher Brothers will be live doing our exclusive interview on the show. So what date is that again? I'm just making sure we putting it out there so that people can know and mark their calendars.
Yeah. You know what? I'm actually not in the schedule room. But I do know it's coming up next month. Yeah. I believe. Let me just see if I can pull up on my other calendar here.
You're a busy man. I know you got us booked all the way up until probably the beginning of fall. But we can be a little patient with you, brother. Go ahead and pull that information up.
Okay. Give me one moment.
Okay. So while he's going to do that, ladies and gentlemen, hey, listen, I just want to thank each and every one of you all for tuning in and supporting the show. You know, we've been in and out on the show, you know, just a little bit of inconsistency for the past years of the beginning process of RYC Live. But, you know, now that we have a team, a committed team that understands and loves what they do when it comes down to the elements of hip hop, such as my brother I'm speaking upon, the one and only Mr. Artistic, we're able to be a lot more consistent with our shows. So we want to give it up to my brother for, you know, doing what he do best and repping his city and archiving Chicago hip hop, all the elements. And, you know, check out the upcoming book. I know you all are still patiently waiting, but it will be coming out soon. So be on the lookout for that as well. So were you able to find that information, bro?
Yeah, so we're gonna have the session for the cycle on May 20th.
May 20th. Okay. Mm-hmm. So y'all got that? Yeah. You all you listeners out there in the world repping your city, y'all make sure y'all put that information somewhere so y'all can tune in to that show, because we got a whole bunch of characters. Everybody had their own character, and it's just, I love them guys, man, because we just do our own thing. And just to have us in the room at one time, whether it's in the Zoom room or in the studio, when we get together as one, man, we have a great time. So I'm looking forward to the interview, bro. I really am.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm gonna put it out there, man. You know, I'm gonna put it out there. Like, I'm not in Chicago at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm visiting down here in the ATL, taking care of a little RYC Live business, Mr. Club Banger business. You know, so I don't mean to brag on the weather today, man, but I think it got up to about 85 today, man. So you know, I'm walking around with my shorts on, man, and still is a beautiful day here. So what are we looking like back at home?
Man, we weren't doing too bad. We made it up to the 60s today. It's 52 degrees right now.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. You know, the weather started to get a little warmer after Easter. You know, I don't know if you really paid attention to that. Like, it usually snow or rain on Easter where, you know, people don't get a chance to really show off their Easter clothes. You know what I'm saying? But how was the weather there on Easter?
It was a little gloomy, but it still wasn't bad.
Let me rephrase that to Resurrection Day. So for those of you who don't really believe in Easter, the Resurrection Day on Sunday. So you said it was kind of gloomy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So do we have anybody that's tuned in right now? I'm not able to see the viewers.
We do have some people tuning in. Let me see. Brother Tago sent us a LOL message.
Word. That's my brother, my hip hop brother for so many years. I ain't even gonna put it out there, but hey, that's my brother. Appreciate you tuning in to the show, bro. We love you, man.
Yeah, we got Eric McClendon tuning in. Saying greetings.
Okay, Eric, my man, Eric. I just saw Eric. I want to say it was not too long ago. You know, I think we ran into each other at Home Depot or something. So what's up to my brother? I'm thinking that's his last name. I'm hoping I know quite a few Erics, but I think that's him. But what's up to you anyway? What's up? Who else we got tuned in, bro?
Oh wow, we got my wife. What's up, babe?
Mrs. Roberts in the building. What's up, Tracy? What's going on? Thanks for tuning in and being a big support, you know, throughout the whole thing, you know, for Artistic, Shot Rock Nation, RYC Live, and, you know, and the upcoming future of what's to come. So thank you for your consistency, your consistent support, and we love you here on RYC Live.
Yeah. No, we got Image tuning in. He's locking it in for May 20th.
My man Image, appreciate you tuning in, my brother. Appreciate you locking us in, and we look forward to you engaging with us, my brother. Appreciate you, man. I love you.
That's what's up. He love us too.
That's what's up, man. You know, it ain't nothing wrong, man, with giving your loved ones their flowers while they can smell it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes guys, man, feel like they ain't tough if they don't say they love you to, you know, anyone. You know what I'm saying? They think that's a word that's soft and they don't like to really express it or whatever, man. But, man, I love my brothers, man. I tell my family every day that I love them. You know, it's a part of my life. You know, it's you know, I love y'all, so I ain't ashamed to say it, man. I want to give y'all flowers while y'all here, and hey, man, we gonna keep doing what we do.
Yes. So maybe perhaps we could show a few videos. You know,
that's what's up.
Yeah. So let's definitely do that. Let's see what we got to share with y'all. Hey, you know, y'all are watching the RYC Live show. And we're going to go ahead and go to this video. Check it out.
All right.
Frequency. Hey. Yeah. Hey. I'm about to flip on your frequency. Flipping it. Frequency. Flipping it. Frequency. Flipping it. Frequency. Flipping it. I'm flipping your frequency. I'm changing your channel. I'm doing it easily. I'm giving you wisdom. And I'm flipping your frequency. I'm flipping a frequency. I'm flipping your frequency. I'm flipping a frequency. Yeah, I'm flipping your frequency. I'm changing your channel. I'm doing it easily. I'm giving you wisdom. And I'm flipping your frequency. I'm flipping a frequency. I'm flipping your frequency. Yeah, I'm flipping your frequency. I'm flipping your frequency. I do this for fun. And I do it for funds. Popping bottles and bottles now. Used to be popping them guns. You ask why did I stop? I wasn't ready to go. Cause I had visions of living in prisons. No business and sentence that roll. But hip-hop saved my life. And niggas say yours. I paid my dues. You gotta live to pay yours. Now need I say more? You wanna even the score? First off with that beat in your chords. You say it's a hit, delete and record. Go. Raps too plain, so I fly over heads. Since rap done changed, many died over dreads. Social media got they eye on your threads. Now you want your Facebook, go live for the feds. I'm changing your channel. I'm doing it easily. I'm giving you wisdom. And I'm flipping your frequency. I'm flipping a frequency. I'm flipping your frequency. I'm flipping a frequency. Yeah, I'm flipping your frequency. I'm changing your channel. I'm doing it easily. I'm giving you wisdom. And I'm flipping your frequency. I'm flipping a frequency. I'm flipping your frequency. Yeah, I'm flipping your frequency. I'm flipping your frequency. How long I've been rapping? How long you been trapping? What's all of this flexing about? You should have gone into wrestling. What's all of this smoking about? What's all of the drinking about? Popping pills and sex and talk about brain. Here's something to think about. The cameras on corners. Weather's getting warmer. But you yelling and throwing up. Got them calling them coroners. Now you swarm the corners. Join with mourners. Wanna unite when nothing was caught on the cameras. But we getting tickets with bitches for running the light. Something ain't right. Like touching the knife. Playing with swords. Got you cutting your life. Some trouble come easily. Repeatedly if it's illegally. Repeatedly people proceed to be greeted with evil be. Frequency. I'm changing your channel. I'm doing it easily. I'm giving you wisdom. And I'm flipping your frequency. I'm flipping a frequency. I'm flipping your frequency. Yeah, I'm flipping your frequency. I'm flipping your frequency. I live for hip hop. What happened to the real hip hop? Hip hop. What happened to the real hip hop? What happened to the real hip hop? I live for hip hop. I live for hip hop. happened to the real hip hop? Like acrobatics and jumping flip flop. Oh, so what's the difference from drill and hip hop? Hip hop ain't drill and hip hop. No, what happened to the real hip hop? Like acrobatics and jumping flip flop. Oh, so what's the difference from drill and hip hop? Hip hop ain't drill and hip hop. No. Pay attention, listen, learn. You ain't put in work, so props you ain't earned. No, cause every time we give a new nigga a turn, they just tear down, destroy, and watch it burn. New breed. Ignore it like a stepchild and neglect it. Use it, abuse it, rendered it helpless. I love it, respect it. Wear it like a necklace with skills to reveal and share with you, never selfish. A tight rhyme always been my lifeline. Was raised by the pioneers before my time. You know, had flow, had style, legendary. I'm about to resurrect it, no pet cemetery. But if I do believe it could be trouble, I'm bringing back Tupac, Biggie, and Nipsey Hussle. Hip hop sometimes wonder where it would be. No Russell, Easy E, Lil J, Master P. What happened to the real hip hop? Like acrobatics and jumping flip flop. Oh, so what's the difference from drill and hip hop? Hip hop ain't drill and hip hop. No, what happened to the real hip hop? Like acrobatics and jumping flip flop. Oh, so what's the difference from drill and hip hop? Hip hop ain't drill and hip hop. No. Never compare the two, cause they're not the same. It's been a change in the game, I'm glad I'm not to blame. Little rascals claiming every block's a gang, and the opposite type, the shorthand made oppa name. Take a second, ponder on it. I live for hip hop, I place the armor on it. Drill ain't hip hop, who put the genre on it? Those who killing hip hop, there's karma on it. Take heed, make your passion your purpose, and hopefully vocally that hit won't murk you. See, I promise hip hop won't hurt you unless you a male at a party that you wore a skirt to, or just maybe your feelings at a rap battle, but you live to redeem yourself in the next battle. See, this drilling is killing us like fast food, and here's the answer to the question if they ask you. What happened to the real hip hop? Like acrobatics and jumping flip flop. Oh, so what's the difference from drill and hip hop? Hip hop ain't drill and hip hop. No, what happened to the real hip hop? Like acrobatics and jumping flip flop. Oh, so what's the difference from drill and hip hop? Hip hop ain't drill and hip hop. No, drilling is killing us like fast food. Hip hop ain't drill.
Everybody feel like me, what I'm saying, what I'm saying.
Yeah. Welcome
yeah,
back
yeah.
to the RYC Live Show. Yeah, hey, you know what? I was just thinking as that video was playing, you know, man, what happened to the real hip hop?
Hey, you know, that's when you start telling your age when you able to answer that question. Yeah. It would, if you're able to answer that question, you telling your age. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's how the uncles used to be, man, when we was shorty sitting on the porch, man, and they'd be like, y'all don't know nothing about no music. This right here, some music. And they'll put on some Temptations, you know, some Motown, some Smokey Robinson and stuff like that. And we'd be looking at them like, but you know what? But on the real though, I appreciate that music, man. I appreciated that various genres of music at an early age because my old man was a DJ.
Yes.
You know, so I had love for all genres of, not all, but a lot of genres of music, man. I have love for, man. You know what I'm saying? I just love good music.
Good music, yeah.
You know, period.
Yeah.
Good music with a message.
Yeah. And that's good. I mean, I think that should be the recipe for music. You know, it should be good music, you know, but obviously, you know, some people, even though the music may not be good to somebody else, you know, the person that made it may feel it's good to them. But hey, you know, but I just think as I was listening to that song in particular, when we talk about hip hop, because I remember hip hop used to always, it was just that. It was good music with a message, whether most people liked it or not. For the most part, it expressed a lot of creativity. It made you really think. Used to I miss listening to the music from the 80s because in some cases, like one of my favorite artists was LL, and sometimes, some of the vocabulary that artists like him and others would use in some of their songs during that time, I used to have to look up in the dictionary. Like I remember hearing the word dominator a lot. I'm I'm the microphone dominator. And I'm like, what does that mean? Look it up in the dictionary.
Right. It was dominator. With the most common word used then was that and perpetrator.
Yeah.
Perpetrator.
Right.
Perpetrator, boy. I even had a person, man, I even battled somebody that was just trying to use big words without even knowing the meaning. So he called himself a perpetrator. He was like, I'm a motivator, perpetrator. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Man. And I used to sit back and I wouldn't even battle. I'm like, nah, well, you done killed yourself, so ain't no sense of me battling, you know what I'm saying? You done called yourself a perpetrator and everything, so, thank you.
Right. Yeah. But I think that just was a very good time because, when you heard some of those words that you weren't familiar with, if you were interested in learning, it made you go to the dictionary and look up the word.
Right. Some of us wouldn't be as smart as we are if we didn't, hip hop didn't just save our lives, man, but it really educated some of us.
Yep. I agree. And I remember, coming up in the graffiti game, not only, as a rapper, you had to learn how to compose words, and it was good to learn how to spell them too if you were writing them. But also with graffiti, you had to learn how to spell. You didn't want to put up your name and then you missed a letter.
Right. You're like, huh? And then you was pretty much tagging your name. So if you couldn't spell your name, then you may want to rethink what you're trying to do.
Right. So hey man, how do you feel personally about our brother DJ K-Slay?
Well, I didn't know much about him. I mean, it's sad to say that you're more famous when you're dead, so I'm learning more about him, now that he's gone than I knew about him while he was alive, Yeah. But, I'm saddened to hear that, he has passed on, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the hearsay was that he did great things, man, in hip hop, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go and look more into his story, his legacy. But and also I want to say that he, just recently, he brought something back to my memory back in '85 with the Buck crew, you know what I'm saying, blowing up Chicago, BUC. Around that time, I was trying to do a song with 7 MCs. No, I'm sorry, 10. I apologize, 10. And the name of the song was 10 Mother Effers, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that was the name of the song. And I wanted to do that because I'm like, man, I ain't never heard a song that had 10 MCs rocking on there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, and we recorded the song too. You know, it was on my Tascam 688. So hopefully I can find somebody that had that same machine, so I can convert it over and we can hear it. But it was a song that was again called 10 Mother Effers, and looking at the video where K-Slay had featured 50 MCs, and that I'm like, man, I remember when I tried to do something like that, it was 10. It wasn't quite 50, but it was 10.
Right.
And that kind of just sparked that flame back up in me to want to do the song, and not just do 10, but do as many who wanted to be part of that project. You know what I'm saying? And that's actually how Chicago Ill Cipher was inspired by, by me looking at the video that K Slay had did featuring the 50 MCs, and it brought back the memory, like again, as I mentioned about the 10 mother, and so I went on and reached out to them online, put a call out, a call out to everyone. It wasn't a selective call or anything. Put the call out, asked if anybody wanted to be part of it. 8 bars, and some people got on it, and a lot of people didn't actually. A lot of the folks that I thought would have joined in on that project really didn't reach. They didn't jump down on it, but we did, and the ones who I didn't expect to be on it end up being the ones that were on it. So I'm happy to say that that we are working on our fourth one now, because we're done with Chicago Ill Cipher 3, so we're working on part 4. So that's just to let you know that the brothers that jumped on, man, it's been a beautiful ride, man. We got some nice projects coming up, and so again, K Slay, had a lot to do with that, man. Just wanting to pursue that vision that I had.
That's what I'm talking about. When hip hop can inspire people that ain't even in close proximity to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, K Slay is from New York. You know what I'm saying? And yet this brother's inspiring people across, long lengths of spaces. You know what I'm saying? In other words, in other cities, other states, other countries. You know what I'm saying? And that's powerful. That's just show you how powerful hip hop is, because we all feed off each other. But when we're inspired to the point to where it moves us to participate in adding on to more of the creativity part of hip hop, that's a great thing, man. I mean, I really do. I mean, coming up as a graffiti artist, one of the reasons why I got into it, because I was looking at the writers that was doing it before me. You know what I'm saying? So, and I was like, man, I want to learn how to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then if you're serious about it, you take it on as a project, and and who knows, it becomes your love in some cases.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely, and I only really knew of him more so from the graffiti world, because in the 80s, he was well known in the 80s as a graffiti writer. He used to go by the name of Desi Dez, but even back then, he DJ'd a little bit, he rapped a little bit, he was breaking, but his main element back then was graffiti. He was doing he was writing, and so to now just see him come full scope, I mean, like, it's just phenomenal, man. Like, wow, this dude literally practiced all the elements.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
So to see a man like that behind doing a cipher, including all these great MCs, that just shows that he paid his dues. You know what I'm saying? Because not any old body can put together a successful project full of just raw talent, raw MCs coming with it like that,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, again, we send our condolences out to the families,
Yeah.
And it's just good. I try to be productive every day. Every day I try to do something productive, man. And you'll be surprised, man, how that will build up and turn into something. So that's just a thing that I want to put out there, for self-motivation. Just try to be productive, and things will turn out. You know what I'm saying? It'll turn out for you. So him being productive in the hip hop, man. I did. Well, I was a breaker. We had a little group. I can't even remember what. I think it was like a South Side, a Windy City Break, or something like that. But we were known in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And at at Purple Mansion, you know what I'm saying? We would break dance and stuff like that. So that was like what I did most aside from, well, no, that's like third in line because it was DJing and then rapping, rhyming, and then a little bit of graffiti.
Okay.
I mean, no. Breaking. Graffiti was like the one that I tried to do, but I just never really figured it out. And I think it would have worked out well, man, considering, I was already rocking on the L train. So that could have been a 2-in-1 if I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
But I do want to say this. So, in some form of graffiti writing I've done, man, I think a lot of us, man, and I got to use this too because it had something to do with me marking on walls. But you know how when you go to the restroom, man, and you would go in that stall and it'll say, and you'll write your name, you'll see everybody got their name carved in or whatever on the wall. So you'll pull out your, so I've done a couple of those that I have done.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done a couple of those. Yeah. And then it used to be a saying with that. I once was here, but now I'm gone. I left my name and carried on.
Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, when you really look at it, that's really what all the elements is trying to express. Is just they all are trying to just let people know that, hey, I was here. I did something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it was the MC on the mic or the DJ on the tables or the breaker on the floor or the graffiti writer on the wall, we all just wanted to express ourselves to let people know, hey, I matter. I was here. I did something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, want to send some shout outs, man, to our comrades that's doing their shows, their podcasts and things of that nature that's still going strong. Dub C,
yes,
Dub from Dub C's Entertainment, Black Ice with his Bible show, and ain't no telling how many other shows he have, but I do know that he's consistent. There are a lot of other shows out there that I would like to acknowledge, but I don't went blank just that quick. You know what I'm saying? I know. I done went blank. It's crazy. Like when you're trying to think of something, man, you can't even think. But it'll come back to me, and I'll send those acknowledgments out before we end the broadcast.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about Kanye's documentary. Have you seen that yet?
Still haven't had a chance to look at it, my brother. I don't look at a lot of TV. I watch the news, but I still haven't had a chance to watch that documentary yet.
Yeah. So, now we have another documentary coming out in Chicago called The Catalyst. And this one, I don't know if you heard, but this one is Dero's documentary. So
the who?
It's Dero, the artist Dero.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Dero is getting ready to release. He's in production right now, getting ready to release a documentary entitled The Catalyst.
Okay.
And it's basically about his story of the events that he used to do at the club called Lower Links.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing that, man. I may have a couple of cameos in that documentary.
Yeah.
So
it's inspiring. Like I said, people, I think now that we're getting older and, obviously we've lost some
who getting older?
Look, we've lost some of our peers. So everybody's feeling a certain way. Like, I need to tell my story, whether they come get it from me or not. Whether some network or, company comes to me to try to get me to tell my story, I need to put it out there. And I definitely agree that I feel like, this thing we love and we do call hip hop is, some of us, it's done so much for us. We've enjoyed it for so long. And yet, maybe we haven't achieved some of the things that we wanted to do in it. But I think at the end of the day, just being able to highlight what you have done to put out to the world, like, hey, like I say, I was here, I done something. I may not have gotten a record deal when I was rapping, or I may not have went on tour or some of the other things that people achieve in some of these areas. But I did participate. I was a part of this game, this culture that we call hip hop.
Right. Well,
and then you got the receipts to prove it.
well, all right. Hey, man, listen. Everybody has a story to tell.
Yep.
Everybody, even the people that haven't done anything in life, has a story to tell.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Everybody has a story to tell. Now, whether you tell it and the people hear it, that's a different story. But again, even the people that have not done anything in life has a story to tell.
Yeah.
We all have one, man.
Yeah.
And a book, that's a book.
Yeah.
Or write a book or something, about your life, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Because even if you haven't really done anything to the point of, maybe things that you've been trying to achieve, but just the everyday struggles of life.
Well, that's what I mean by when I say even the people that haven't done anything.
Yeah.
That's what I'm alluding to. Them people right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I agree. And I think, sometimes people feel like, well, I have a story, but my story ain't as interesting as his story or her story, and they feel
Well,
like
I have an interesting story, man. I can't wait to put it out there, bro.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah,
and I don't know if I want to base it just on music or just my life in general. Those are two different things right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because
like you say, you could talk about your day-to-day activity as just a general person. And again, who doesn't have a story with that? You know what I'm saying? Like the struggles of everyday living, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has something to say about that, right?
Exactly, bro. Hey, listen, man, if you were a fly on the wall, you or anybody was a fly on the wall in my world, man, that would be like the best. That's better than Walt Disney, man. That's better than you know what I'm saying? Like a fly on the wall in my world, man. You wouldn't believe a lot of the stuff that I see. I'm so used to seeing it, man, and it's just not the norm for other people, man. Or just the attacks, man, or just the busyness. Like it's one thing. It's like this. It's like the phone is ringing. This is going on. That's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like 24/7 is something going on, man. And I'm sitting up here, man. I'm surprised I ain't pulled out every string of hair in my head, man, just based off of everything, and still try to keep a level head and not be strung out on drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a lot, bro. You'd be like, damn, and you'll probably call me and say, apologize just for anything that you may have done. Be like, you know what, bro? I'm sorry, man, for how I treated you, man. If I had known you was going through this stuff, man, you know what I'm saying, your whole life or half your life, man, I wouldn't have did blah 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 blah. Or but I'm just saying that to say, man, again, we all have a story to tell, man, and sometimes we go through these situations and these obstacles, man, and we some of us can hold our composure, some of us snap. We wonder why people out here doing all this violence and killing and stuff. We just don't know what's going on in their life, man.
Yeah.
What's going on in their world.
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I agree.
So, and I ain't want to go in that direction, but just thinking about it, man, when we was just talking about people telling their story, and a lot of people, man, don't have the best stories to tell.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting when we had Brother Solo Redline on the show, and he shared his story, about him basically that particular day when he was rapping on the Red Line.
Shout out to Solo Redline.
Yeah. And he was basically saying he was just in a mode that performance that he did that actually went viral was because basically he said he was just rapping about his lot in life, and he said he was depressed. So he just was speaking what was on his heart. And it just so happened that, it was recorded and shared and it went viral. And he said after that, everything changed because, things started happening for him. So, but he was in a state in his life that wasn't happy at the moment. At that particular moment, he was not happy. You know what I'm saying? And I just thought, again, like you say, we all have a story. That was a part of his.
And you know what's ironic about that story, bro? Like the person who recorded that video that went viral of Solo,
Mhm.
that's Cole Steele.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And these are two brothers that I know personally, who didn't know each other, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a small world, because here he is, a MC who was just doing whatever he was doing. And he was amazed at another MC who he had never seen or heard before, which was Solo down there on the subway doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it was just me sitting up here saying how connected but disconnected we are when it come down to, like, you got a lot of MCs in Chicago, man, that have never met one another, period. And it's that many of us, in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Even with the Cypher, some of them brothers never met each other, or don't recall coming across each other, back in the days. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, it was just ironic that Cole Steele and Solo, two buddies that I personally know, and how that he had that viral moment. And I have a interview with him on my video clients page too, in the performance of what went viral, which people are still making comments on that video. Like literally, I got maybe 10 comments today about that video. People like, whatever happened to Guy and whatever. So I'll reply and be like, he's still on the scene. Check him out. Solo Redline, Yeah.
Yeah. It was a great performance,
Yeah.
And I just want to say this too, for the viewers that's tuned in. Although that our home base is Chicago, we broadcasting from our home base in Chicago, but we're reaching an audience of people throughout the world.
Yeah.
I want to say a shout out to you, my brother, down in Atlanta, I'm saying right now. A lot of times we don't, let's see, the word or the term or phrase I want to use. We don't acknowledge our our stretch, our
Right.
stretch, like again, K Slay was from New York, that's all the way on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? We got people that we know of and connected to that's all the way on the West Coast, all the way down south. You know what I'm saying? We got people that's in other countries that have connected with us. And so and then right here in the Midwest, we can't forget, places like Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Detroit, Michigan, St. Louis, Missouri, all of these cities around right here, obviously Indiana, so shout out to all the people in the Midwest, down south, over on the East Coast and on the West Coast, and just throughout America. We continue to rep our city, but we encourage you to rep yours as well.
Yeah. Rep your city. RYC Live. Rep your city. Let us know who you are, where you rep it from. Tell us what's going on in your city. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and team is a strong word, and we hold that dear and strong behind that word. So we're always looking for people who are interested and have a passion. It's pretty much the same passion that we have,
Right.
to join forces, to jump down, or also utilize the platform that we have here, a professional platform. You see for yourself, we're not lying. We have a professional platform here. And, if you wish to utilize the platform, you can.
Yes.
If you have a show or something that you want to put out here for the world to see, and you want it done and have a professional look, we are here to help assist you with that. All we ask is that you do it on our platform, and we'll make sure that you have the look and sound and everything that you need to do what you need to do that's going to help you move forward with your career, your business. So yeah, we it's not just the RYC live show and Fresh Fridays. We have a platform. This is a network. And again, hey, if you want to do a show, you have a show, something that you think you would get you further, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, give us a hit. You can hit our email at ryclive@yahoo.com. Hey, let us know what you're into and we'll get back with you and we'll try to make it happen. Because if you're serious about it, then we got your back. We can't be more serious about things. We can't be more serious than you are about your thing that you're trying to do. So as long as we see you doing your thing and you're reaching out to us, we gonna work with you because that's how we are. That's what we made of right here on RYC Live. So again, thanks for tuning in. Those of you who tuned in, who's been supporting us from day one, we appreciate the support. Keep supporting us, and you can hit us on the Cash App. We have a Cash App, RYC Live. That's our Cash App. If you would like to send us a generous donation, there's no donation too small or too large. We appreciate the support and the donations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shout out to Dean Turns checking in. He say, "Funky Fresh, y'all. The Dean loves y'all."
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That's
love
what's
you,
up.
love you back for real, for real.
Yeah. You know, man, I just think, you know, like as you were talking, I was listening to what you were saying, but also just reminiscing on some of the platforms that were before us, you know, and some of these platforms that did work very well in terms of community and engaging people to be participants of what it was they were doing on their platform. And two platforms always come to mind, you know, and that's WHBK and Soul Train. You know, like even though Soul Train left Chicago and went to California, still, you know, just the essence of it in its start here in Chicago, and even though it moved to California, but the whole concept was born here in Chicago. And so, and what it did for the people during the time of its peak, you know what I'm saying? People really, you know, they grabbed hold of that, you know, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm going, if I'm not gonna be singing, I'm gonna be dancing at least on Soul Train. You know? Yeah. So, you know, so that's what it means to just take part of the platforms and networks that are created for you, because I don't think that Soul Train or HBK would have really been what it became if it didn't come from the people that actually connected and tuned in and participated with it to make it become what it became.
Right. So listen, for those who tuned in right now, here's a moment where we can just, you know, hit us in a comment and just let us know, like right at this very moment, like what are you doing? Like what's going on in your world? What anything new, exciting? What's just let us know you right here with us. You know, hit the hearts. You know what I'm saying? Thumbs up, the likes. You know, just let us know that y'all rocking with us, y'all here with us. And you know, if you feel free to share something you wanna. I would say call in, but we don't have a call in number for you at the moment. But we can go back and forth on the conversation. You know, we'll have it displayed right here on the screen so everybody can see the engagement.
Yes. Real quick, let me acknowledge it. Brother L1 checked in, and I didn't get a chance to show his comment, but here it is. L1 says, L1 in the building. Yeah.
Shout out one time, man, to another legend, man, the one and only DLJ, aka L1 079. You know what I'm saying? That brother, man, has been doing his thing, man, for quite a while. He has a mark here in Chicago. Here in Chicago, I gotta say that because that's what I say because I rep my city.
Right.
You know, single, and you know, a lot of people are asleep on that brother, you know what I'm saying? And the good thing about it is, man, he's still active. And he's also one of the legends of Chicago hip hop and also one of the Cypher OGs, you know what I'm saying? So he's still doing his thing, man. And I just want to say, man, that I'm proud of you, man. And he's a big supporter, man, no doubt.
That's what's
Anybody, you know, that I know who he knows who has a platform, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely on that, man, showing support, always L1 in the building, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to that brother, man, for just tuning in. Hey, also, man, you know, get well, bro. I know you tuned in right now, man, and I'm just gonna put it out there, man. Get well, you know, and we look forward to some more good times, ciphers, and all of that good stuff, man. So thanks again for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? And keep repping your city as well. And don't forget to share or what have you and keep people in tune to what we got going on, man, because you connected with a lot of people who do this music thing. And, you know, they need to know. And I know as long as you are a listener on the show, you're definitely going to let them know what's on and popping. So thanks a lot, my brother.
Yeah, yes. And I want to send a quick shout out to our homegirl, Antonia Anderson. Shout out to her. She says, Hip Hop Museum in my home. And so for those that may not know, you know, this is a sister who's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And, you know, we got to get out there, my brother, and go visit her museum. She actually has a hip hop museum inside of her home. Okay. I just want to be clear to help people to understand this is how serious this thing is. People have gone to great lengths of trying to document and share the history that we have created over all these years. And again, I feel that you know, she deserves the accolades, the flowers, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm definitely making plans to kind of get up there to Milwaukee to visit her museum. This museum of hers is inside of her home. Okay. Yeah, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And so for those that may want to get a chance to look at that, if you're in the Milwaukee area, you can actually go online. It's the hip hop popup.com, hip hop museum in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I was getting ready to say Chicago, but it's Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And this is a lovely sister, Antonia Anderson, who's doing this and putting in the labor of love, collecting all type of artifacts and constantly filling up her collection. I see stuff that she posts from time to time highlighting her museum, and is very fascinating, very encouraging, very great to see, you know, because again, I feel like this is just all so important. It's just great to see how hip hop has grown. I mean, I just remember a time where we used to get no respect. You know, everybody, well, you know, not everybody, but a great deal of people used to frown upon when they found out you know you were into hip hop. Like I know I used to get
We was getting the Rodney Dangerfield respect.
yeah,
No respect, right?
yeah. I mean, I got it a lot because I was participating. The first two elements, breaking and graffiti. And when it came to breaking, people said it was dangerous. You're gonna hurt yourself. You know, I don't recommend you do that because you know you're gonna break something. And then with graffiti, I'm always going to jail. Oh, you know, you can go to jail for that. So, you know, it just, never got, and then, you know, with the rap, it was like, you know, that's not real music. Rap is just a fad. It'll be here today, but gone tomorrow.
Yep, that Rodney Dangerfield treatment just didn't get no respect.
Yeah.
Where's it going?
Yeah.
Man.
So once again, shout out to Antonia Anderson. She says, many thanks, representing my city 414. Yes, my sister. Yes, yes. I definitely look forward to coming to Milwaukee to check out the Hip Hop Museum in Milwaukee. Yes.
Mm. Who else tuning in? Is that it?
So yeah, like we said, y'all send us some comments. Send whoever else is watching. Sometimes people tune in and they don't say nothing.
Yeah,
You
they don't
know,
say that.
yeah, they just tune in and we
Hey,
just see the.
but you know what though? Them the ones you got to look out for, man. Them the ones you got to really look out for. The ones that get on here and don't say nothing. You know, like what's really going on? And I'm just gonna keep it 100, man. I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, what's the purpose of getting on here and not even acknowledging the fact that you own here? Because in my opinion, if you're on here and you're not saying anything, okay, that means we don't know you're here, for one. And why wouldn't you want us to know that you're here? You're tuned in.
Right.
Like, why wouldn't you want us to know, hey, I'm tuning in to the show? So that's kind of like a negative vibe to me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep it 100 for anybody. I mean, whether they doing it to my show, our show, somebody else's show, it's like, well, why
Yeah.
would you tune in just to listen and be that person? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what are you really gaining? Are you really gaining more for doing that than what you may be able to gain if you did the opposite? Have you ever thought about that for a moment? So this is to that person who's probably tuned in, not saying anything. Think about what I just said. It may be of a better benefit for you to do what you're not doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it doesn't serve the purpose, whether you think it served the purpose or not, of being on here and just listening and tuning in. So it's kind of like you got something to hide. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
why would
Yeah.
you do that?
And then look, Antonio just said never knew that hip hop would take us this far. I mean, Biggie said that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Biggie, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and even though he was here for a short time, but he made a strong impact. And even I'm sure he even realized that, hey, you know what I'm saying, this hip hop thing really, I'm sure even surprised him. A lot of us didn't think that we would be able to, for those that actually went off to be successful financially and at the same time enjoying what they were doing, never probably thought in a million years that would even happen. You know what I'm saying? Like we did it because we loved it, but for some of us, it turned into a lucrative career.
yeah. And that's why I say be productive and do something, because you don't really know the outcome of what it is you're doing. You really don't know. You know what you wish for, what you would
Right,
like to see happen, but
right,
we really don't know. You know what I'm
right,
saying? But I'm a
right.
firm believer that anything that you do and you're consistent at it will pay off in the long run.
Yes,
I'm a firm believer of that. You
yes,
know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just a matter of believing in it, man. And then sometimes we listen to people that say these same things, man. You just gotta believe in yourself, man. But that's all truth, bro.
yeah,
You gotta believe in it. That's that right there. That's the groundwork to get you, you know, to plant the seed. You plant that seed, then you plant it, and you grow it. That's your thing. That's your baby. And sometimes it's even hard for others to see what it is that you're doing in the beginning process. But once you start to, grow a little bit, and people start to kind of see what it really is, then you got the good grass and you got the weeds. The
yeah,
weeds. The weeds just don't want to see you do nothing. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Want to tear you down, but um, I
yeah.
don't know how I got right there, bro, but I'm gonna leave it right there, and we gonna go back to you and yeah, because I went there for a moment, man.
Hey, listen, I want to shout out to Brother Tago, if he's still on here. I know he was tuned in earlier anyway, but shout out to Brother Tago once for participating in another documentary that is out right now called "It's Different in Chicago." So this is a documentary about hip hop and house in Chicago. Yeah, word up. Tago's still watching. So yeah, I want to just shout out to him. For those that haven't seen it, it was a nicely done documentary. Brother David Weathersby is behind that, and his team. And I thought it was just encouraging to see Tago, and some of the other brothers and sisters that we know of. But Tago also had production done in the for some of the music done in that, and I thought that was just excellent because some of the tracks that he made actually fit the scenes of the documentary so well, you know. So yeah, and actually, let's see what Tago just gave us a message here. Says I got tons of tracks on that soundtrack. Yeah, so yeah, I mean the soundtrack, the tracks on the soundtrack was just and especially the ones tracks that I heard for the documentary just really fit well with the scenes of the documentary. So that one is basically called "It's Different in Chicago," and I think that was a well fit for the title to be able to talk about hip hop and house growing together in Chicago throughout the years. And it was just interesting to see how it was put together, given both sides and perspectives of those cultures here coming up in Chicago. Which is unique to us in itself. New York didn't really have that growing with them like we did. They had the hip hop, but they didn't really have the house scene growing like that, like we did. So,
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, and again, like I said, shout out to Brother Tago. And also, again, if you who all may have missed this comment earlier, but shout out to Brother DeRoe, representing his documentary called The Catalyst. So I'm looking forward to seeing that when it's yeah. So yeah, people are doing great things. I definitely recommend seeing Kanye West's documentary. Very good, nicely 3-part series documentary. And again, like you said, everybody has a story. You know what I'm saying? And I think, it's just important to make sure you do it before you can't.
Right. Yeah. Let's go down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. So, what is it that we have coming up? Because the weather is finna break, and I know everybody's excited about that. So, what events are there coming up? You have any
Yes, I do.
to share with us?
And real quick, before I do, Antonia, I'm going to. I think Tago just sent us the link to the documentary here, so I'm gonna post it right here. It's different in Chicago. If that's the one you were referring to, Antonia, this is the link here that Tago sent, and then Tago just sent another link to YouTube. So you might want to check that out for that particular documentary. The Rose documentary is not complete yet, but it is definitely still in production. And so, but this one here that Tago's in definitely was a nice documentary. It's called "It's Different in Chicago."
Word. And it's a couple of other documentaries, man, that's been in the works for quite some time now.
Yeah.
We haven't really heard anything else about it, but I'm also looking forward to whenever that documentary or those documentaries are released.
Yes.
Because it has been a nice now I'm actually in one of the documentaries, and I just hope that I still look the same when it come out.
Shout out to Midway as well. The Midway team for the Midway documentary on the story of Chicago hip hop.
Yes.
Yeah, and I do know, that it's not easy to try to do a documentary when you're trying to include everybody's story.
Heck no, boy. Hey, look. Hey, I gave up trying. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I thought about it and did about 3 interviews. I had did Cassius D, the villain, and I think Prince Akeem. And man, when I really sat back and thought about really doing it the way that it's supposed to be done, I backed out, man, because that's a project that's just extremely big to handle by yourself, you know what I'm saying? And definitely reaching out to everybody was considered somebody, you know, and that takes me to even the collage, you know what I'm saying? It's like no matter how many people we literally thought we had on there, and we thought we had most of them on there were still quite a few people that weren't on the collage, man. And it's just like, and that's just a collage, bro. That's not a documentary, man. So, you know, my prayers go out to Midwest, you know what I'm saying? And not just prayers, man. I'm just joking, man. But I'm looking forward to them brothers putting that project in the right hands to do the right thing for everybody to really enjoy the outcome of it. You know, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. So the one event that we definitely got coming up, it actually has been extended, but right now they have here in Chicago, we have this place located at 201 South Ashland. It's called the Epiphany Center for the Arts. So they do a lot of creative things there. A lot of events through artists are taking place there. And so they have on exhibit and display right now about 10 old school graffiti writers here from Chicago, with some of their work on display right now that you can actually go down and check out. And so they're going to be doing that up until next month. But concluding the exhibit next month, they're going to also have a hip hop event. So it's called Evolution Hip Hop Elements Jam Chicago Grassroots. And this is going to be taking place on May 14th at the Epiphany Center for the Arts, 201 South Ashland. So for those that would like to go down and, you know, show your love and support, we'll have people like DJ Jesse De La Pena spinning. You know, obviously the hip hop organization in here in Chicago called the Renegades of Funk. They'll be there. Ange 13 will be performing, and another DJ named DJ Kane, and others. They're gonna have, you know, breakdance competition, you know, MC competition, and graffiti competition. Check that out.
That's what's up, man. And shout out one time to Ange 13, man. I actually it was about a couple weeks ago, man. I went on live and I didn't know that she had dropped all of those EPs within 2020. You know what I'm saying? So I got a chance to hear, you know, some songs that she did, man. And you know, Ange 13 dope. You know, she like a female JMD, Mr. Club Banger. You know what I'm saying? She dope. You feel me? Right. So and then I saw some featured songs with her and Shadow Master and stuff like that, man. So, you know, shout out to Ange, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing her thing, still one of the dopest female MCs in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So you know, she gonna do her thing, you know, like she always do. And then, you know, she's a part of that female group, man. What's the name of that group?
Oh man, it just slipped my memory at the moment. But yeah, you know, she you know, Ange is so embedded in Chicago hip hop. I mean, literally, like every time I go through like our history, I cannot go through our history alone without seeing Ange involved in some degree. Whether it's looking at her name on a flyer, her participating in the event. You know, when we go back and look at pictures, you might see a whole bunch of dudes, and if there's any one female in the picture, guess who it's gonna be? It's gonna be Ange 13.
Right. Facts.
So, you know, she is rooted and embedded in Chicago hip hop. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry, I can't think of the name of her group. And she's been with several groups. I mean, you know, Ange was also a part of the Ill State Assassins. You know,
Oh yeah.
she was a part of the Ill State. She was, I think, the first female in Ill State Assassins. You know, so she is like you know, and I told her this, but you know, I can't tell her enough that her contributions are strong and they are deep. Like
Yeah.
when she say that she was there with all the guys, she is not lying. She has been there with all the guys since day one, basically.
Yeah. I see the pictures.
Yeah.
I see what she's trying to do.
Yeah.
I see what
So
she's trying to do.
yeah, so like you say, you checked out her. Yeah, she stayed busy, man. She making her music, and you know, she doing it. You know,
Yeah.
she
That's
was
what's up.
she was there with us when we last visit we made at Columbia College, and we spoke to the college kids. You know, me, her, and another gentleman. And yeah, she put it down, man. You know, she knows her history. You know, she been there. She should, right? So yeah,
Right.
she will be performing at this event on May 14th.
Right.
So
And you
yeah,
know what? You know what? I gotta say this, man. But I look forward to doing a show with Ange 13. I really do. That would be a dope show. You know what I'm saying? Where we're on the same ticket. I would love to do a show with her. You know what I'm saying? And I hope she hear me if she listening, or somebody send her this, or you know, forward this broadcast to her and let her know. Yeah, JMD, Mr. Club Banger, aka Mr. RYC Live, said he would love to do a show with you one day. And you know, of course, other people can be part of the show as well.
right.
But yeah, of course.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So that is one of the main events that I'm looking forward to. And then also and I have to look the date up, but we do the annual event in the park, the Battle for the Eagle.
Yeah.
The Battle for the Eagle is coming up real soon. And as a matter of fact, it's going to be in August. Now I believe the date is August. Let me just try to see if I can get the date real quick, because I seen our brother Most Definite posted it on his page, and I was like, oh, okay, we got the date. You know, haven't seen the flyers made yet for it, but yeah, this year, Battle for the Eagle 2022, August 7th. So that's on a Sunday, and that'll be August 7th. Battle for the Eagle. For those who have not been to the Eagle, and for those that have, mark your calendars, because August 7th is on.
Right. How you doing? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
So, man, now I want to acknowledge, go back to the acknowledgement part. I just want to put it out there, even for those who I don't personally know, who have a love for music, good music, especially, you know, hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And whether you are fans of hip hop, or if you even perform any of the elements of hip hop, I just want to just let you know that I have a deep connect when it comes down to people who have the same passion as myself, and especially when it comes down to this music. Like, I think it was either Erykah Badu or Jill Scott. She said in the beginning of one of her songs, she was like, now keep in mind that I'm an artist, and I'm sensitive about my shit. You know, so artists are sensitive, man. You better not say the wrong thing about an artist, man. You know, that right there, it's a thin line between, you know, being cool and being foes. You know what I'm saying? So you got to really be careful when it comes down to that. But I just want to say, for those of you who got that same love for this thing that I have, man, you know, it's a beautiful feeling, isn't it? A lot of people wouldn't know what that feeling feels like, but for those of you who know, it's a beautiful feeling.
It is.
And I encourage you all to continue to do your thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, hip hop is also the exercise of hip hop alone, man, is something that that's a beautiful thing to have part of your life, man, because a lot of graffiti writers or break dancers and stuff like that, since we was doing so much of it in the beginning, man, you know, it kept us pretty healthy at the age, you know, that we are now. We're not all beat up and ran down, you know, because we was very energetic. You know, it gave us something to do in our earlier years, man, and it kept us to a point where, you know, we are the new 30, what they would say. You know, I don't know if you heard that saying, but we are the new 30.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But you know, for me, man, I guess that's why I never really gained a lot of weight over the years, because for me, you know, the two elements that I practice the most required a lot of energy. You know, so you know, between breaking and painting, you know, literally painting, not only did when you paint, but you got to run, you got to jump, you got to climb, you got to do all type of stuff that the average person is just not trying to do, you know. So so I think that, again, hip hop definitely has brought upon many blessings to us as individuals, creative individuals at that. You know, and in many cases it helped us more so than it hurt us. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think a lot of people, when their testimony comes out, they say, you know, hip hop saved my life. You know, because I could have got into other things that I probably wouldn't be here to speak with you right now. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the streets can consume you.
Exactly.
So, you know, and then again, going back to the platforms, I mean, you know, all the platforms that drew us in and gave us a place to showcase what it was that we loved. Like, you can't ask for nothing more than that. That's exactly what we need. And I think it's no different today. Kids need to feel attached. Young people need to feel attached to something that they like and love. And when they can feel that attachment, then they're going to excel. They're going to continue to do well and be the best that they can be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, remember I said I was going to go back to make some acknowledgments. So I do want to acknowledge Big Mike, who also has a show, Brother to Brother, with Dub Seeds. You know, so, you know, that's another brother, you know, shout out to Big Mike. You know what I'm saying? I know, like I say, they've been doing the Brother to Brother, and I believe they still going strong. So shout out to them over there again, Dub Seeds Entertainment. He still got the karaoke going on. Shout out to Big Red Entertainment, female MC that be, you know, putting her mark out here on the street, got a love for hip hop and be doing what she can with artists, trying to help them on platforms and things of that nature. So shout out one time to Big Red.
That's what's up.
Loud Money Music. Shout out to Loud Money Music, doing a thing over there. It's a lot other names I can mention, but right now I'm getting the brain blur again. So, but I just want to acknowledge them brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Shout out one time also, man, Doc Illa, man. I know he had a show going on. I don't know if it's still going on. We would usually get like a tag if he were going on, but I haven't heard much from him lately. But shout out one time to Doc Illa, man, because I know whatever he's doing, he's making a difference.
Yes. It's good to see people make a difference. Tego sending us some more links here. Chicago Sun-Times, in regard to the house music, hip hop in Chicago documentary. I mean, we have been doing some great things. I was speaking with Kingdom today, and for those who may not know, we will be kicking it off again for the Hip Hop Museum here in Chicago, the Chicago Hip Hop Heritage Museum here in Chicago in Bronzeville. For the month of July, we'll be kicking it back off for another full month of activity. But we're also going to be doing a fundraiser for the weekend of Memorial Day weekend. We're going to be doing a fundraiser. So we're going to have some special activity going on for that. But me and him was just talking, and we were just like looking through pictures and just reminiscing about the history of Chicago hip hop. And we were trying to talk about how to tie in the stories of all of us and how we're connected. So when you look at one person and you talk about his story and how his story connects to someone else and so on and so forth, and that's how we're going to try to relay out the exhibit in July, so that the pictures that'll be reassembled or replaced on a wall, it'll be able to tell the story as you see it on the wall. Like, for example, right now, when you see the pictures and the imagery that we have on the wall, stuff is just kind of randomly put in no special order. But the idea right now is to try to take that stuff and reorganize it. So when you put it up, when you see what you see, it can kind of tell the story itself without even having to have someone verbally speak it to you. And and that's what and that's a challenge, because again, we got so much history in Chicago that many people may not be aware of, or may not even know is connected to something else that's connected to something else that's connected. You know what I'm saying? So that in itself is a challenge, just trying to put that together. But as we were talking, we were kind of just visually seeing some of the things we need to kind of put together. And I was just like, man, I can't wait for us to rearrange it and put the items in the place that they need to be put in, so they could tell the story better.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, we even got on the subject today about hip house. We were talking about that. And I was like, so right now we have a hip house section in the museum, but for those that may not know the history of it, they may be confused as to how that even started. How did hip house even come into the picture? So yeah. And then we were talking about just trying to reach out to some of the artists that's on the walls in the museum that hasn't actually visited the museum yet. So one of the names of artists that came up was Farley from the Hot Mix 5. And we were saying that we need to try to see if we can get him there this year.
My man Farley Jackmaster Funk.
Yeah.
Let me hit that voice when you be listening to it on GCI.
Yeah.
Farley Jackmaster Funk.
Right. You got it, man.
Shout out one time to Farley, man, doing this thing.
Yeah. It's just great to see people busy doing their thing, especially the things that they love. So yeah.
Hey, it's a new group coming out. They go by the name of Bounce Gang.
Okay.
Bounce Gang. So be on the lookout for Bounce Gang. That's a new group that's that I heard about. That I heard some of their stuff, and I'm gonna leave it there. But the name of that group that's coming out is called Bounce Gang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, man, talent it constantly appears, man. Sometimes when you least expect it, I think about some of the people that we've had on the show. Some people that I was eager to get, and we actually made it happen. Like every time I think about Crystal Lejeune, I had never even met her until the day she came on our show.
Really?
Yeah, I had only knew of her, but I had never physically met her in person until the day she came on our show.
Well, I must say the same as well, but she got a beautiful personality, man.
Yeah.
We got to get her back on the show.
Yeah.
That we have to do. Get her right back on the show.
Yeah. And I think again, that's just one of those things where when you see talent, when you can recognize it and pick it out, you got to honor it. I called her directly and I was like, we got to have you on the show, because I had only heard of her. And then I had went and researched her a little bit more. And I was like, this girl is dope. And sure enough, when she came on, it was just like, man, it was so refreshing to see how fresh she really was. And even in person, like, man, like, hey, Crystal, can you kick a little something for us? And she kicked it for us, man. Yeah, that was real dope.
Yeah.
Tego One say the K Ill episode was amazing. Yeah, that was amazing too. K Ill, I had been following him because somebody told me, can't remember who it was, but they said, man, I wish I could get in touch with K Ill. And then somebody said, he's on Instagram. I said, what? And then I looked him up, and sure enough, there he was. I reached out to him. He responded back. I'm like, man, we got to get you on the show. He was like, sure. I'm like, wow. So yeah, that was epic to have K Ill. Yes, indeed. Yeah, those are great times.
Yeah, tell me about it. Man, an hour and a half, man. We made up for that absence,
Yeah,
but hey, the show must go on. The show must go on. So like we say, man, we've been doing it consistently. I think you walked away at the time when I was mentioning, that in the beginning stages, we did a little thing, but then we had to jump off and then come back. So it was a little inconsistency going on with the show, man. But we've been doing it strong, man. From the lives that we did, from the in-house interviews that we did to right here on the platform. So, we've been all over the place, man. So I'm excited that, we've been able to, keep it going, keep it flowing. And that's just what we do. We rep our city right here, and again, if you are listening out there in the world and would like to be part of the family, RYC Live family, by all means, reach out to us at ryclive@yahoo.com. Hit us in the inbox. But just, we're open arms to anyone and everyone who understands team and are passionate about what they do and reliable and all of the good things that help successful people become successful. That's what we're looking for and who we are. And I can't express it enough. So I'm going to get ready to get up off of here, man. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate, man, you reaching out to me, or, we actually called each other at the same time, actually. It just went on and did the show, and want to thank again the listeners who tuned in. I'm enjoying the weather right now here in ATL. I should be back. I'll let you know when I'm coming back, and that's pretty much what I had to say on my end, Art.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, listen, man, we're glad to have you pop in on us tonight, and we are a whole hour and a half in, so we're gonna have to conclude. But next week we'll be back 8:00, same time, same channel, right here on the platform, RYC Live, broadcasting live. And look, next week we'll have our special guest, Pumpin' Pete, DJ Pumpin' Pete, will be with us.
Pumpin' Pete.
Yeah, will be with us next Friday. So
Okay. Hey, man, that name sound like it's gonna be a party. That name alone sound like it's a party. It's a party. DJ Pumpin' Pete gonna get y'all on y'all feet.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, real quick. So we are going to be broadcasting live, doing an RYC Live show here in ATL. So that's something that I believe we may have forgotten to mention.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So be on the lookout for RYC Live coming at you from ATL. You feel me?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. A host by the one and only Miss Bossy.
Right.
And if I'm down here, when I'm down here, I'll pop in. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There you go. Yeah. Tego say Pumpin' Pete, boss of Chicago hip hop DJs.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's what's up.
That's
all right,
what's up.
y'all. Well, hey, listen, we'll see you all back next week. Once again at 8 p.m. And until then, hey, we signing out. Mr. RYC Live and Artistic.
Yeah, don't forget to rep your city. Fresh
Yes, sir.
Fridays.
All
Yeah.
right, y'all. Peace out.
Peace out, y'all.